Audio Jungle.
Hey, welcome to the Sports Reverends podcast. We are live here early for us on a Tuesday. Sports Rev Drew is still recovering from his tragic loss in Game 7 by the Toronto Maple Leafs. We give his regrets.
Surprised he even woke up.
Right now, yeah, exactly. I'm joined with the coach. How you doing, coach? Is also my big bro. How you doing?
Coach is good.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in Winnipeg. So I'm pumped. It's supposed to be a heat wave this weekend.
And he's moving in
12
days.
Couple weeks.
12 days across the country to join me here in Toronto. My
Across
name is
the country.
Hey, it's 24-hour drive. It's pretty far.
It's true.
My name is Dan. Sports Rev Dan. And yeah, let's do this. You guys ready for
Let's get going.
Some sports? Let's hear some of our quick hitter news.
I'll let you start.
Perfect. The Montreal Canadiens win their first round series against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
A Boston Celtics fan faces charges of assault and battery after throwing a water bottle and missing at Kyrie Irving.
DeGrom 0.71 ERA is the lowest total through May since 1964.
Guys lights out, man. The guys lights out. Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the French Open due to mental health issues.
Essential Quality is the 2-1 favorite for the Belmont Stakes.
And your nice to know but not need to know and who really cares is Logan Paul Mayweather Sunday.
Money grab.
100% money grab.
Well, let's hear a word.
Wait, before we go to our sponsor.
Okay.
What round do you think he lasts?
Well, you know what? Floyd Mayweather isn't a knockout boxer typically.
Right.
He's going to play it the way he usually plays it. A little bit on the safe side. Feel him out a little bit. Let Logan get worn out. And then middle rounds, that's where he gets his jabs and gets his punches in. Works the points.
How many rounds?
I think it goes all the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think so.
That's interesting.
I gotta go. No idea about boxing. I just don't think he's gonna knock him out. I don't think so.
I have it going 3 rounds. 3 rounds. That's it.
How many rounds is it? I don't think it's 7.
Not sure actually.
I think it's 7 for the charity one. But okay, with a big fight ahead of us, let's see something big here in our sponsorships. It's called the One Bone brand. And originally this brand came out to make shirts for big guys, but now their tagline is for big, tall, and all, because their shirts are so fly, they're so fresh, and they fit you so perfectly. And I'm wearing one right now. I'm wearing the Michael right here. It's a waffle weave. It's got like an athletic inside. I'm telling you, these shirts are gonna change your life like church does. Okay, and
ooh, nice.
And the price, when you go to the website, you might be shocked by the price. But I'm telling you, these shirts they'll last. They won't. You know how like shirts lose their fit? They won't lose their fit. And I'm telling you, there's a special discount because you tune into the Sports Reverends. That discount is Sports Rev 15. Sports Rev 15. And you can find that discount. I put it in our Instagram, our latest post. It's also in our website on our sponsors page. Check it out. Use the discount. You get 15% off the entire store. And if you spend over $150, you already get free shipping. So you can get 15% off, free shipping, a bunch of awesome shirts that will last you forever. It'll change your wardrobe, and it's awesome. Okay. Coach, where are we starting today?
Oh, starting today, a little recap of our guesses from our predictions. And I don't think we did that great in terms of what we did. So what was it? We picked the Leafs to win. Is that correct?
I think we did. We did.
Yeah, I think so too. And of course they didn't.
Drew's emotions. Did we not?
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. Like, we had to give Drew something. Otherwise, he would have cried about it, which he typically tends to do. But
because if you learn from history, this is what they do. Seventh game, they're gonna blow it.
Well, how often do you go up 3-1 and lose? Like, once you get to that 3-3 spot after going 3-1, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, you're just in trouble in any sport. I don't care what it is. You get to that 3-3 spot, and all the pressure is on you not to lose that thing.
Exactly.
Right? So.
Yeah, it was hilarious to see. I mean, everyone is grumpy here in Toronto. I'm telling you, I just went out to get groceries and stuff like that. It's extra grumpy people today, and it's pretty funny to me. So.
My coworkers in Mississauga were not happy. Let's put it that way.
Let's
see what else. Let's see. The 76ers did not sweep.
And we predicted them to sweep?
We predicted a sweep.
Well, you know what? Joel Embiid went out with an injury. Like, come on, give us a break.
We should have guessed that. Okay, let's be honest. No. He had a good year. He stayed healthy for most of the year.
True.
Right? It was about time for most. He missed maybe, 10, 15 games?
I think upwards of 20 because that's what knocked him out of the MVP. I guess he's still considered an MVP, but it's going to be Jokic. Like, it has to be.
Well, I think so. But we knew something was coming.
You know what? Ben
Simmons, he only played in 47 games this year.
Yeah, 47 out of 70.
That's not great.
No.
72, yeah, that's not great.
So that
okay.
Well, you know what? Ben Simmons, if he learned to hit some free throws, they might have actually won that game. But they were pulling.
So you're telling me you would still want to rather have Chris Paul?
No.
On this team?
Oh, Chris Paul.
You're so ridiculous.
Who would have been out with an injury?
I don't know. He would have come back, hit a couple shots. Look at the Suns right now.
I guess.
We'll talk to them after. The Nets didn't sweep.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Like I am 100% surprised they didn't win this already.
Yeah.
It's
still gonna be a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, sure, but
Tatum went off, is what happened.
Okay, and I get that. I get Tatum went off. We have Durant, Harden, and Kyrie, and they all put up monster numbers in the half.
And Blake
in the
Griffin's
game.
Playing like old school Blake too. He's playing.
He remembered he could dunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Be there when he
Detroit.
Was playing. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I think Blake Griffin has been overrated his entire career.
Agreed.
That Lob City was garbage. They couldn't do anything.
Yes.
They're entertaining.
Yes,
that's for sure.
Yes, they were.
But they couldn't do anything. The last one we were wrong about.
You said you forgot the Clippers.
That's the last one.
No, there's two more.
No, but we were wrong about.
We weren't wrong about this one.
Well, Drew was wrong.
Well, what does Drew know? Go ahead.
Last we Drew had predicted that the Luka would show up and destroy our good old Los Angeles Clippers, but in fact, the Claw showed up and got it done.
And
got it absolutely done.
You and I predicted that after they're down 2-0, which many people have already ruled them out.
Which is crazy to me. I mean, playoff P having a good game was surprising. Because it's, he's awful. But hey, we have a series.
I'm taking a W on that. All right.
All right. The one we were correct about was the Bucks sweeping the Heat, and while we were correct by that, I'm super shocked by it.
Yes.
like super shocked. And this was a team that was supposed to go toe to toe with the Bucks, built to do this. Jimmy Butler,
Not
do
happy.
you give him a max contract? Do you give him a max contract?
Why?
I'm asking.
Oh well. So the report is that that's what he's expecting. 4-year max contract extension. Do you give it to him? I don't know. Well, like you pretty much have to, because what else?
Do you though?
Kind of.
Like, the dude will be 34
34
at the end of that contract. Yeah.
Oh, by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
I'm not giving. Then why not just pay Lowry another max year?
Who?
Lowry's just as good as Butler.
They might do that still.
Toronto? No way.
They might give him another year.
Oh, that'd be horrible. That'd be so bad.
Well, like if they have no other option. Well, the thing is, there's so many decent free agents this coming off season. Is that it depends on where they end up, right? If they can get a free agent that fits the Raptors well, then I could see Masai going after Lowry on a maybe not a max deal, but a friendly deal.
A friendly deal, yeah, but not a max. Like, I don't think Butler's worth $40 million.
Yeah, I don't think that last year was 1 year like no other, right?
Well, yeah, but also look at like the Pacers, T.J. McConnell,
T.J. Warren.
T.J. Warren. He was unreal in the bubble. Not so much this year.
I wonder why that is. Hey, what did the bubble do?
No distractions. There's no ladies. There's no partying. It's just basketball.
It gave everyone 2K boost ratings being in the bubble. It's ridiculous.
I saw that. I saw that article saying that. It's funny, right? It's wild. I don't know.
So,
but
go ahead.
Go on.
Okay, I'll keep going.
I was just gonna. Keep going.
How quickly does things change over a weekend? The whole perspective on so many things totally shifted, flipped. And for a lot of them, for example, the ones that I kind of want to talk about, like the Clippers one is huge. I really think like Kawhi, you were mentioning it already. He's playing like MVP level, that Kawhi, like top 3 best player in the league again.
He's back, baby.
And I don't think Dallas wins another game at this rate.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's my call.
That's tough.
You have to give Ty Lue a little bit of props for making some adjustments to small ball a little bit. So
a little bit, yeah. I would say so. I'm just looking up his stats here.
While you're looking that up, I'll just say Kawhi Leonard has the best playoff statistics of all time. When you look at percentages, you have to, if you take out the center position in terms of field goal percentage made, he has the best field goal shooting percentage. He has the best everything. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's incredible. It's not giving me a total for the 4 games, like the average.
Okay.
But game 1, he was minus 15. Game 2, he was minus 7. Game 3, he was plus 6. Game 4, plus 27, according to basketballreference.com.
That's nasty. And plus minus means a lot more in basketball than it does in like hockey. So it's just incredible. So one of the other, are you still there, Coach? Oh, I think
the Clippers just need. Hey,
go ahead. I think the coach might be frozen, but that's okay. The Clippers, they need to just put the foot on the neck there, and then they'll dominate. They'll dominate for sure. I got no volume for your coach.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what just happened. That was weird.
Oh, it's all good.
The Clippers need a point guard, and literally, all you have to do on that team is hit open threes, play a bit of defense, pass the ball to Kawhi, pass the ball to Paul George in the right spot. It is the absolute aside from maybe LA, maybe the easiest job to have a point be a point guard.
Oh
If
yeah,
they traded for Cal Lowry,
game over.
done. Game absolutely freaking over.
Well, one of the things they did is finally they decided to switch the minutes of Reggie Jackson and
Yeah.
Patrick Beverly with Rondo, right?
Yeah.
They played
Yeah.
Rondo like 17 and 19 minutes in game 1 and 2 and just didn't work. Now that Rondo can
No.
take the pressure off them, bring a little bit of leadership. Like I'm not a huge like people talk about Rondo last year being like part of the big 3 for the Lakers. I'm not like huge on Rondo
No.
like that. They talked about his defense being stellar when he had one game of like 4 steals. I'm like, well, it was one game. I'm not sold on Rondo all like at all.
No.
But he's a passable point.
Difference maker. He's a difference maker.
Yes.
But he's not gonna win you a chip. He's not a big 3. Like
No.
this whole concept of playoff Rondo, like give me a break.
Yeah, they're gonna stop that.
Like, come on. That's so ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. But it makes a narrative, right? What are you gonna do?
That's true. That's true.
It's interesting. But yeah, I mean for all sports, like weekend, like week to week is such a flip in the playoffs. And it shows you how much of a mental game it actually is.
Yeah.
Right? And that's one thing that I don't think football players don't get enough credit for. Right? Because here you have best of 7 series. In the playoffs in the NFL, you have one game. And you're done.
One and done. NFL.
Right? And it's like if you're a high profile player and you have a bad game, you're roasted.
It's true.
You're roasted.
It's true. See, there has been a big debate about it, right? What's harder, the 1-game playoff series or the 7-game series? And then there's arguments for,
Yeah.
The 7-game series. It's harder because you learn everything about the team. The 1 game is just obviously you could have one bad night and it's done. So,
Which side of the coin do you land on?
honestly, I think it's harder to win a 7-game series than 1 game.
Oh,
And I think that because like the debate was NFL and NBA. And
Yeah.
basically if you take the NFL, I think overall it's easier to win a Super Bowl because in the NBA, if you don't have a combination of 2 superstars or a combination of 1 superstar and 2 all-stars, you're not winning. Right?
okay.
So all the bottom half of the teams and more are totally ruled out. NFL, it's a total there's so much team aspect in this game. You need to have a good line. You have to have it's not just built on really any team just has to put together the right coach, the right quarterback, and the pieces that fit, right? Which is super hard in itself.
Yeah.
I think
See the
if Patrick Mahomes played any team
for Jacksonville.
no, I was gonna say if Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City played any team 7 times or a best of 7 series, I think they win pretty much barring injury, they win.
I don't know because you're right in that you learn about your opponents in a 7-game set, but as a professional team, you've done your homework already. You know their plays, you know their tendencies, right? Like
NFL's so
you have
different in that too, though.
yeah, right. Like you have a week to prepare, and it's hard to just you can't switch from a base 4-3 defense to a base 3-4 defense in a week
No.
and expect that to work, right? Like that.
Yeah.
But in basketball, you can go from small ball to double to big bigs to all sorts of random stuff. Zone, right? A lot easier. So for me, I think it's harder to win. I think the one-off is harder to win because your margin for error is smaller. And that's what makes college hoops so much more fun. Because the unpredictability of who's going to show up that day, who's going to upset or whatever comes into play. But you still see, at least in football, the same teams make the playoffs, basically go deep in the playoffs, have that consistency, right? So
Well,
you can say the same for basketball too, but
like it's easier to predict who's gonna win in NBA than it is in the NFL, typically,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true.
So I think when I like thought about this first, I would totally lean towards NFL. But when you think of like the bottom half, like there's no
Okay, but
chance even the bottom 4 teams in the East are gonna win a championship this year.
yeah, but there's no chance anybody from the NFC East is going to win the championship at all.
Well, that's not true. They said that about the Giants the 2 times. They're 8-8 and 9-7 when they beat Tom Brady's undefeated team.
Okay, no, but that's still 500.
Yeah,
like
every pretty much every time they go into the playoffs is they're 500 or 9-7, maybe
There's a few 7 and 9s. Come on.
a couple, mostly not though. No, mostly not.
But even though, okay, but let's take the bottom feeder teams in NFL. Do they have a chance at all of winning a championship? There's no way.
Well, like I know it's taken a long time, but look how quickly the script flipped for Cleveland. It wasn't. They finally got the right combo, and then now they're a legitimate contender. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Every year there's that first to worst kind of deal. What happens? But like, how long is their championship window going to be open, you think? Not that long.
I think a little while. They're pretty young. They're pretty good.
Not many people are that sold on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think he's just you know what? I think he's become their franchise quarterback for the next 10 years, though.
By default, yeah.
And because he's feasible.
Maybe.
But, okay, so I guess just to recap our last point, I know we kind of went off a tangent there. The change in a weekend, the 2 biggest ones that stood out, the 3 biggest ones that stood out to me was obviously the Clippers and Mavs, because that series to me is totally flipped. Clippers are now in the driver's seat. The Leafs losing in that fashion has definitely I don't think anyone really thought that would happen, even though they have done it over and over again. They shouldn't have, is what I'm saying. They're the better team,
think when they
better talent.
Even if they lost to Bears, they were up 3-1.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. It shouldn't have happened. And then the other
100%.
The other one that at least I thought was more of a surprise is Atlanta taking over the series over the New York Knicks. They're up 3-1. They're putting them to sleep. They're going to put them to sleep tomorrow.
Okay. I know Randall won the most improved player.
Yeah.
And which is great. And he's had a monster season. But you're relying on Randall and Derrick Rose to lead you through. Like RJ Barrett needs to be bigger.
Big time.
I am 100% concerned about his development as a pro basketball player.
I'm not. He's taken a big step this year.
Is it, for me, the question is that the big step or him just getting more minutes because, I don't know.
His shooting percentage has gone up dramatically.
Yeah, but he should be the one leading that team, not Julius Randle.
Oh, I don't know.
That's right. Julius Randle is just a small power forward.
He's been terrible in the playoffs. That's the problem.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the reason why I was concerned for the Knicks is because Randle hasn't been consistent. If this was 3 years, if it was Zion in this place instead, I would have more faith that Zion could perform in the playoffs. Right? Because he's done it, even though it's only been 3 years in the league, maybe. It's only been a couple years in the league. He's been consistently crushing everything.
Yeah.
Right? Where Randle is just wasn't great in LA. Was okay. Wasn't great, but wasn't this. In New Orleans, definitely wasn't great.
Yeah, it took a dive.
Right? And then had a monster year. So if the Knicks flame out this year, which is okay, whatever. It's a 4-5 game. You expect that. It's gonna be close. If Randall has a poor year next year, you write him off. Like it's done. Like his ascension to the next level is not going to happen.
Oh yeah, I don't think
Right?
I don't think he's really. He shouldn't be viewed as that next level kind of guy. I think this is his peak, and he can improve on it. Where he's a more
No, I
consistent
mean like
shooter.
he could be an all-star. He could be a consistent
Yeah,
all-star.
yeah. I think he's.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he's a superstar in any way.
No. He's not. He's not your number one guy.
And when they're relying on Derrick Rose, no, like they've totally turned to Derrick Rose being their focal point of scoring. It's just like, no, that's not going to work.
No. And this is the weakness of Tibbs, right?
Yeah. It's a bunch of like, it's interesting because that team is built on a bunch of like hand-me-down players almost, right? They're all
Yeah.
the second pick of the best of the seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's they've overachieved for sure. Like let's just fast forward to next year. Philly's still going to be good,
Yeah.
right? The Nets are still going to be good.
Yep.
Boston should rebound,
Raptors.
right? Raptors. I'm not so. I don't think the Raptors are going to be anything higher than eighth or seventh
Okay.
at the best. It depends on what they do in the offseason, obviously,
Yeah.
and how consistent Siakam is going to be. But I don't think they're going to be better than Boston or Philly or
Yeah, not Philly or
the Nets.
The Nets for sure. Boston, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Maybe Boston. So you're looking at, and then there's the Knicks,
Yeah. They could come last in
right?
the division.
Would be exactly like if Derrick Rose gets hurt, done.
Yeah.
Randall will take something, done. Like they're gonna
RJ
go
Barrett
from
would have to step up big time.
he'd have to go Jason Tatum,
Yeah. Which I don't.
right?
It's possible, but I don't.
Is it
think
out of the
it's-
realm of possibility? No. Is it probable? Unlikely.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe this whole Team Canada thing will be good for him.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with like SGA and Jamal Murray
Yeah.
not being there, like he's gonna have to be.
Yeah. He's take more of a burden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does Wiggins dominate that team?
Wiggins doesn't have a dominant like gene in him. He's always gonna be a second or third guy. So I don't know. I don't think so. But
Or with a shorter, I don't know, a shorter 3-point line, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
He got a lot of hate this year, and I've been saying all year he's actually played very good, both sides of the floor.
Yeah, I think Kelly Oubre just kind of disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
Like,
Big time.
Which
they're
is
missing
really
their starting
unfortunate.
Center, and Draymond Green was injured half the year, and only
Yeah,
started
there's a bunch
playing
of things-
good, but
there's a bunch of things that went against them, but if you had Wiggins, Curry, and Oubre playing well,
oof,
they don't lose the last two games of the season,
no, definitely not.
right?
And Wiseman, you can see that he's like he'll
Yeah.
develop. He'll develop.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 19.
He's just not on like he's too young for Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry only
Yeah.
has so many years left in his prime, right?
Right. He's what, 30 something now?
33.
30?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So like
they need
and Wiseman, no preseason,
Yeah.
right? Because he was hurt.
Right.
COVID knocked everything down. Kid's 19. Expected to jumpstart this franchise again? Like, come on. Come
And
on.
they're gonna get another top 10 pick because they have I think Minnesota's or something like
Minnesota's,
that.
yeah.
That's I think they should package him and move on. Try to get because he doesn't fit the timeline of Curry. So
No. What they should do is trade for Clint Capella.
ugh.
Why? The guy just rebounds and blocks shots.
I feel like those kind of bigs are a dime a dozen nowadays.
Who else?
Is Clint Capella any better than Andre Drummond?
Yeah, because he can run the floor.
I think Andre.
He doesn't demand the ball, runs the floor, sets good screens.
Sounds
Like,
an Andre
Drummond's got to
Drummond.
go to a team that's going to be a bit slower paced.
Yeah, probably. But
Like JaVale McGee, crazy. Right?
yeah,
Who else is out there? Mr. Dima doesn't. Like, I think Clint Capella?
Like, I don't think Clint Capella is that much better than Tristan Thompson.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I still.
I think he's been. Yeah, I think you're overvaluing Tristan Thompson.
I think you overvalue Capella. All right, take us to commercial, Coach.
Anyways, actually, my God the Father apparel T-shirts came in today. Jonathan was very happy for Father's Day. A little early surprise gift, but God the Father seeks to provide high quality streetwear. The God the Father goal is more than just awesome clothing. It's an opportunity to spark a conversation. God the Father apparel was created as a way for people to share their experience with faith. For many, it can be a difficult thing to do. I know for myself, it can be, a bit of a struggle to say, hey, do you believe in Jesus? I'm not that bold yet. But, the apparel gives you a chance to share about your faith, spark a conversation, and do so in a bit of a subtle way. God the Father takes pride in their premium quality clothing. And by following the Sports Reverends exclusively, you get a discount code. SportsRev15, SPORTSREV15. Use it at checkout, save yourself 15%. Jonathan was pumped. He's like, I'm going to wear this to church. I'm like, Dad, you can't go to church yet. And he was like, no, that's fair. That's fair. So it's really nice stuff. Good, tasteful pieces about Christianity, and it's going to spark conversations for sure. So check them out. God the Father, godthefather.ca. Check out our socials. Use our discount code. Score yourself some merch.
Jonathan, now that he's had 2 vaccine doses, he thinks he can do whatever he wants. So
yeah, this is free reign in the Chandron house right now.
If he wants to go to church, he's gonna go. He's just gonna do it
by himself, though.
Yeah. Bring us into some hockey talk.
Hey, you're just asking me to do all the segues today, hey? Wow.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Let's start with the one that's already pushing through here. It's funny when it comes to playoff series, and when some gets extended, some don't. Like Boston Islanders, they're in game 3 on Thursday already.
Yeah. That's
wild. They're tied. Series is tied at 1. I honestly underrated series, I think.
Big time.
Because Islanders are good, sneaky good. Boston is Boston, all this kind of stuff about, how good they are and Taylor Hall, yada, yada, yada. They're in the news. But the Islanders, because they are the sisters of the Rangers, sneaky good. And I'm excited to watch this series. Personally, when Tavares left, I felt bad for them, right? Because it's tough to lose your best player for nothing, basically. But these guys have turned it around.
What happened right after he left?
They made the playoffs and started to win. Right?
And what happened where he went?
Same old, same old.
They Leafs
right?
started to stink.
Well, I didn't say started to stink. They still made the playoffs.
Wow.
But
when half the league makes the playoffs, is it really a big accomplishment? Come on.
Same thing with the Raptors, right?
Oh, big time. More than half the league makes the playoffs in the NBA.
At least this year, yeah.
In the NHL. 32 in the NHL. It's only 16.
That's crazy.
There's only 30 teams in the NBA. 16 make it. I'm not even counting the play-in.
Not even, that's not even counting the play-in.
I got a lot of interest in this Boston Islander series, even Vegas, Colorado. All the American series, I have a little bit more interest now, because TNT has now picked up hockey, starting next year. TNT also has the great one, Wayne Gretzky himself.
That's going to be interesting.
And that's going to be it's going to bring a whole new dimension and fan base to hockey, which is just needed.
I think so.
And it's going to be fun. And it's going to bring back the rivalries. And I'm definitely cheering on the Islanders over Boston, and I got them winning in 6.
6? Wow, I think this one's going to 7, as long as Tuukka Rask stays healthy.
Yeah.
If he is out for an extended period of time, I know he's supposed to play in Game 3, but he's still got a bunch of injuries that he's dealing with. As much as I enjoy the core of the Bruins, if Rask plays well, puts them in a whole other level. Let's flip to Vegas, Colorado.
Come on now. This is it.
this came too early,
Yeah.
right? I wish it was the next series
Yeah.
because both these teams are, as Andrew Enns would say, heckin' good.
Shout out Andrew Enns. Come on.
Andrew Enns. So again, another good playoff series, and something that again I didn't expect to get drawn into this one, but the Knights got blown out.
7-1.
It was, which is surprising
All
because they swapped the goalies. Like that is just a playoff no-no, right? That's just a no-no. So, and then Ryan Reeves got ejected and 2-game ban for him.
Was Ryan Reeves's stuff worse than buddy from Washington? I forget his name. I
don't think it was worse, but I just think he's got a perception, right?
So did the other guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like he's that. Like he's just an enforcer kind of player. He's. I think. I think Nazim or it might have been the guy I hate who plays on San Jose now. Used to play for the Jets.
Oh, Evander Kane.
Evander Kane might have said it like. The punishment for him should be they had to play him 30 minutes a game instead of 18. That should be the punishment for the team because he's a liability, is what he's saying. So,
yeah, I get it. This is an interesting one.
Yeah,
you gotta wonder how they're gonna rebound.
Yeah, I think this series is going 7 because their teams are just too good. They're too good.
Here's the thing.
I'm a big Nathan McKinnon fan.
And I'm a huge McFlurry. A big fan. You can tell what's on my mind right now. I saw an advertisement for Smarties McFlurries. I'm a huge Fleury fan. And I think he's been super underrated. Even with the whole story last year, what the sword to the back, whatever. He's a great goalie.
Vet.
And vet, sneaky old vet. This one's going 7. I think this is 100% going 7.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. T-Bay, Carolina.
I think T-Bay is just going to dominate this. Carolina.
Yeah, you think they're going to crush them?
Carolina's happy to be there. They brought in their I forget who they brought in. It was one of the classic Carolina players of the past to sound the alarm, and it's a big storm alarm, eh? And they're all pumped up from it. Stadium almost full, and Tampa's
the cool thing, though.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Very cool to have fans back, even though fans have been wilding out in the NBA. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay is just too strong.
Yeah.
Overall, sure the score was 2-1, but it could have easily been 3 or 4. So I'm really hoping. I like Tampa Bay. I like Steven Stamkos and that whole organization. So I'm pumped.
He's got such a story of fighting through injuries and all that stuff too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's good. And now, Montreal, Winnipeg.
Woo!
I'm concerned because the Jets have had a lot of downtime. Montreal's coming off the big win, a lot of emotions, might be a little sharper. I think, don't quote me on this, but history will probably prove that teams coming off a sweep versus the 7 gamers, it tends to go towards the 7 games, have the advantage.
Really?
And yeah, I think so. Well, here, I'll give you this. But think about when you were playing and you had those tournaments, Friday, Saturday tournaments, and you played the super early game, right? You won the Friday night, you won the early morning Saturday game, and you played late Saturday. You probably weren't as sharp as if you won the Friday night game, played the mid-afternoon Saturday game, and then 2.5 hours later played the finals. It's just too big of a gap. You go to your friend's place, you eat stupid food, right? You're not ready to go. You just get there, I I wasn't, not your top self. Whereas like when you have that only 2.5 hour gap, you just scarf something down, you stretch, and then you're boom, right back on the court. So that I think it's that. That's just how I think about it. And I know for myself, when I had the early morning game, the late game, it took me at least a quarter to get going again. Subway just sitting in my belly like, oh man, too much bread.
I would take a nap. I would take a shower, and I would and then what I would do, though, most people probably didn't do this though, is between the early morning Saturday game and the late night Saturday game, is I'd put some shots up at some gym. That's what we would
if
do.
you had access. That's not bad.
So we usually went to me and Eisbrenner. We're the only ones who went to go and put up shots.
That's why you guys are the best shooters in the team, except for Bub.
No.
Corner 3 Bub.
Corner 3 Bub. So I'll say this. Maybe you're right, but the one benefit is that Winnipeg has had a bunch of injury issues. This should really shore them up, especially
and all those overtime games. Oh man.
Yeah, all those overtime games, and they block so many shots.
The
Jets remind me of the LA Kings when they won the cup in, I think it was 2000, whatever they won the cup in 2000 with Jonathan Quick.
I think it was 11,
something like that. And that's what's like. I know. I'll admit I don't know the best X's and O's when it comes to hockey, but when they play with like great possession, and then defensively it's such a great team defense that blocks shots, and Hellebuck's playing out of his mind. It just like they have a legitimate chance to do some more damage in this playoffs. I really believe that. I think Montreal's just happy to be there. The guy that was quote unquote shadowing Austin Matthews, he's eating a pizza after the game because he did such a good job. It's like, come on, where's you just made it through round one. You can celebrate it like not like a championship. Just gear up. Come on.
It brings us back to the conversation about like happy to be there versus expecting to win. Right. And this year, whoever wins will be Canada's champion.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
And I think Jets in 6.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say Jets in 5. That's how.
Wow. Okay.
I think Montreal's just happy to be there. Montreal will have 2,500 fans in the stands. Winnipeg will reportedly have only 500, but at least it's something. At least it's something.
I'm calling right now. Canadians win game 1 though.
Ooh,
that's my guess.
Yeah, no.
Based on my theory of extra blah blah blah.
I'll be the
counterpoint, eh?
Yeah, the counterpoint.
Fine, that's fine. I've surprisingly, I think probably because of doing the podcast, but it's been a good time watching hockey.
Yeah,
time watching hockey.
Honestly, all the playoffs have been. This is like the best time of the year. I swear, it's like
best and the worst though. Best and the worst because best and the worst. Oh, like we talked about last week.
Because things come to an end.
Yeah.
Gotta enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. All right.
All right, Michael.
Let's hear a word from our final sponsor, our friends Live Sweat Equity. Live Sweat Equity is more than just a brand where you go shopping. This Live Sweat Equity offers an opportunity for you to earn your own sweat equity, earn your own a little bit of moolah. And what you can do is invest in them or be part of their brand partnership or ambassador program. And you basically offer opportunities to grow with that company. And you can sell your own customized and collaborations with Live Sweat Equity. They have some really cool paddle boards. That's kind of their in-season thing. I know a couple teams have gone and purchased a paddleboard and done a collab with Live Sweat Equity and had their logos on it. A few other organizations have done the same thing. It's pretty cool. You guys can check them out. And because you're listening to Sports Reverends, you can get another discount. The discount is Sports Reverends. You just put that code in on checkout, and all you have to do is capitalize the first S in sports and then the R in reverence, all one word. You can find the exact code in our website or the last post on our Instagram. Check that out today, and gain some discounts, get some awesome swag. You can even check out into potentially growing your own sweat equity. Pretty cool opportunity.
It's a cool platform for sure.
Now, to the end.
The best part.
The best part. Where we can say we know our X's and O's, I would say. We know them pretty
better
good.
Than hockey.
Yeah, a little better than hockey. One of the things I kept out from our first segment of surprising changes throughout the weekend was this fact of the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns series. When everyone's healthy, a lot of people are talking about this series going to 6 or 7. Now then Chris Paul got hurt, then the Lakers are going to win either a gentleman's sweep, maybe 6 games. Now that Chris Paul is looking a lot better and AD is out with a groin injury, if you've ever had a groin injury, you know it's not going to be 1 or 2 days and he feels better. It's going to be a bunch of days. He's already out for Game 5. Who knows when he's coming back? It looks like Phoenix has taken a chokehold, a stronghold, whatever term you want to use on this series. What are your thoughts, Coach?
If there was ever a time for LeBron James to show his greatness, stage is set. Like, crappy team, check. Missing superstar tandem, check. People writing you off, check.
Western Conference.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah. No. If he doesn't go out there and drop 50 points, they're not going to win. Like, I don't care. Because Andre Drummond will be good enough on the offensive side, I think. He may get you 20 and 10. But Schroeder, garbage. Kuzma, garbage. Caruso, garbage. Like, honestly, this team, they let too many guys go. They should have kept Dwight Howard. They should have, KCP, garbage. They should have kept Danny Green. Like,
wow.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Did you hear what LeBron said?
No.
LeBron
I tend to don't listen to LeBron.
Yeah, it's true. I try not to listen to LeBron either. But LeBron said this. Do you look at these big shoulders I have? There's a reason why God made me have these big shoulders.
Hey, I give the man his credit. He wants to be confident. He's been there, done that. He's 4 for 10. But this is a tall order.
Like, come on.
It's a tall order.
Stop it, LeBron. Like,
what are you gonna say? You got to be confident.
Yeah, but you don't gotta say it like that. Like, come on.
Oh, come. Look, you got $1 billion in your bank account. What are you gonna say?
I don't know. I wouldn't do what he does. Okay, I wouldn't say it like that at all. I know me.
Yeah.
I know me.
Well.
Between us, behind the closed doors when we're joking around, of course.
Yeah.
Of
sure.
course. In the
on Xbox Live, yeah.
Yeah, like public eye, like come on now.
Be a little more humble.
I think they're in a heap loads of trouble. I think when LeBron, like you said, all those guys that are garbage, when LeBron looks at Kyle Kuzma or KCP, it's like he's putting on such a face of, I believe in you, but really I hate you and you're a waste of time. So
see, the thing about LeBron is that's different than Jordan. Jordan just killed you, but he made you stronger.
Yeah.
Right? LeBron just kills you. He throws you under the bus. Yeah. You know, he doesn't build you up. Like, sure, he drops dimes all the time, but they're like anybody can do. Like, they're just easy passes, which is not like I'm not taking anything away from it, you know, but like they're dimes that he should be making. Right?
Like, it's a lot easier to drop amazing dimes when you're 6'8", giant and fast, right? Like
100%.
You draw so much attention.
If you're 250-pound man, 6'8" was running at me, am I taking a charge? Mm-mm.
Only Kyle Lowry might.
But LeBron would just jump over him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, like, I don't know. I think Ayton has been a huge surprise.
Huge.
I did not expect him to have as big of an impact as he's had, which is great. Devin Booker is going to go off eventually. and just just put some stupid number up. And Chris Paul is doing what Chris Paul does.
I have to eat some crow when it comes to Chris Paul. When Chris Paul was out in the game, I think it was the second. They've only had 4 games, right?
3.
They only had 3 games.
Oh no, 4. Sorry, what am I saying? 4. Yeah.
2-2. So I think the game Chris Paul went out for the rest of the second half. Basically, Devin Booker went from scoring buckets like an animal to going 14 scoreless minutes in the second half. Like, you have to give credit to Chris Paul. He's played very well. It's just always been the same story about his health. And now the same thing about AD. Now AD's been it's been a track record for him not being dedicated to the weight room, dedicated to his body. And when you're 7 feet tall and you have to, like, it's just different than everybody else. You have to take even more care of your body. And he clearly has not, because he's brittle. Every other game now, he's hurting something.
He's done.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And that huge contract he signed for the Lakers, it's basically from now on for the rest of LeBron James's career going to be a gamble and a lot of luck if they ever win again because of health.
Like last year or the year they won, he stayed healthy. Right? He didn't get hurt majorly. Right? He stayed healthy, put up numbers, and to me, he looked more aggressive, had more desire. This year, he seems a bit more lackadaisical, is injured a bunch. Maybe he's happy he's won his ring.
He's got it. That's it.
Right? He won his chip. That's it.
When the media called him out, that's when he turned it around.
Which is awful.
We got Todd Hill tuning in on Instagram here saying, I thought Joel was supposed to say something funny. Todd Hill, we said a lot of funny things about your Maple Leafs this Potter. We love you, buddy. Love you.
We love you, Todd. But your Leafs still suck.
Yes, they do. What's next here, Coach?
Can the Celtics win a second game? Is this possible?
No. Heck no.
Done. You're calling it done. You're calling it today.
Toasted. Like, it's just over. Like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing to even talk about. Like, the Celtics, they're undermanned, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're done. They got nothing left. Tatum's not. Even if Tatum drops 50, they still lose by 10 points.
Okay, that was quicker than I thought.
Sorry.
Well, I agree with you. I don't think they can win a second game. I think gentlemen sweep. You're right. Yeah.
Brad Stevens better not lose his job.
I don't think he will. You had too many injuries. Like Tristan Thompson barely played all year. Jaylen Brown going down is a big blow. Kemba Walker has been horrible.
Yeah, and he's out the last game too. So
right, like, you know, like I said last week, I'd rather have Gordon Hayward playing point guard for me right now.
Well, he's also injured all the time.
No, okay, but
Gordon Hayward makes me upset too. Like he just play through it. Like seriously, now you're sitting on the beach. You're done.
We don't know how sore it could have been. Maybe he couldn't play on it.
I don't know. He played on it the game before. I don't know.
It's hard to say without actually looking at it, right?
It's true.
But the mentality is what you're really concerned about.
Yeah, just that's what I think. What's next here, Coach?
Flipping past those guys. Oh, this is a good one. Blazers Nuggets.
Oof.
Now, if you're the league MVP, like we're expecting Jokic to be, you cannot lose this series. You can't.
Yeah, he's missing this running mate.
Yeah, but you got Aaron Gordon, who is good.
He's garbage.
I think Will Barton. No, he's not.
Will Barton's hurt. Aaron Gordon's
he's coming back.
Garbage. Michael Porter Jr. is good.
Aaron Gordon is not garbage. Hit your corner threes, get your rebounds. He's a great cutter.
He's
And
averaging.
he plays good defense.
He's not even averaging a triple single. I'm pretty sure he's averaging a double single.
No.
I don't even think he's
Looking at-
averaging. Like, while you're going on about that, while you're looking that up, I think the Nuggets, they have too much. The Blazers have too much of firepower now that Norm and Nurkic are kind of finding their own.
They have too much Dame time.
Yeah, as much as they can take off Dame, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, that's fair. It's only again. No, it's not showing me the full.
Just look at his last few games. Just look at his last few games.
Look at his last 4 here. What we got here?
Come on, you can do
Minutes,
it.
he's playing about 28
Yeah.
points. Let's take a look here. Where's the points? Total rebounds, he's averaging about 5. Assists about 1. Blocks about 1. Points about 15, we'll say.
No, he's not averaging 15.
16, 13, 13, and 6.
Okay. Fine. Still terrible.
Yeah,
Come on.
he's got to step it up.
He's got to step it up. Especially with Jamal Murray being out and Will Barton was out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Aaron Gordon. But
I don't know. I feel like
I don't
really
have that
want
pressure
Denver to
on
win.
Jokic. I don't have that pressure on Jokic just because he's missing Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is his guy.
That's fair.
Next
I don't know,
year-
but I think
Whew.
we said that this year though.
Yeah,
About
but then we
Jamal
got
Murray.
hurt. Then we got hurt.
I don't know if Jamal Murray has reached that level yet.
Yeah, I think he's had injuries this year too, but he showed flashes and he's kind of like Kawhi. He's gonna step up when it counts. It's all about the playoffs.
Not to you can't say okay. All right, we'll see. But Lillard is just unreal.
Yeah,
Just unreal. I would trade CJ. I'm telling you, trade CJ.
I just
Get something for him.
yeah. If you can
You
get
start
something
Norm.
back, if you get something back worthwhile, then yeah, I think you can start Norm at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now Norm might be gone, right? He's a UFA.
Yeah, but who's gonna pay Norm?
I think the Knicks. There's lots of teams
Ooh.
out there.
Maybe.
Come on now.
I don't know.
What's next?
If
on
we
our
trade,
list?
last but not least, Luka,
Oof!
Kawhi.
Yikes!
I wonder how much his neck hurt him.
Yeah, like obviously it's a guy who plays on a swivel at all times.
Yeah.
So it's just to me like I think he'll play through the injury. I think he'll be fine. And that's the problem is not him. Even if he puts up 35, 10 and 10, which he's been doing, which has been ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough because Porzingis is not where he was. And then who
No.
else is there? Like Tim Hardaway Jr.? No.
It's got it.
Like he's not. Tim Hardaway's
The
got to be
Richardson-
like I don't know. Yeah, like,
Josh Richardson hasn't stepped up. Like,
no, like how much better would they be with Seth Curry?
oh, way better.
Right?
Way
Like,
better. I'm
why-
surprised they traded that away.
That was a bad move.
That was a bad move.
He spreads
Because-
the floor. He's
Absolutely.
dynamite 3-point shooting.
I mean, he's been hurt a lot this year in COVID and whatever, but
That's true.
overall, though, he's a great fit.
Yeah,
You need floor spacers on that team
big time.
because if he's gonna draw in like 6 guys, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
He's got to be able to. And Porzingis has got to. I don't know.
but the other factor is that Kawhi Leonard is reestablishing his dominance.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
where has this been all year? Like he didn't even show flashes really of it. You know, this is the
You
next
didn't need
level.
to.
This is like
I mean,
if I was to rank the best player in the league right now, I don't even know.
I love Kawhi.
Yeah, I don't even know where I put Kawhi. I don't know. It's hard to interchange Kawhi, KD, Harden, Giannis.
I'm taking Kawhi over Harden. That's for sure.
It's tough. Harden's played unbelievable.
Kawhi 1-on-1 destroys him.
Yeah, 1-on-1 for sure.
Like, I mean, like matchup wise, like if you matched them up.
It's just
Even Giannis, I'm sure he could. I think he could guard Giannis.
I think Giannis can't guard him. So.
And KD, I think Kawhi locks up KD.
I don't know about that.
Now, I'm not saying that KD doesn't get there. Let's say KD will get his 25 to 30 points.
Yeah, but it'll
take him 30 shots to get there.
In those
right?
ISO moments, well, I don't know. KD's something different too, but
yeah, but that's the same. Like this, you take the same tactic with Kobe as you do with KD and Harden. Right? You can score all the points you want, but I'm going to make it as hard as heck on you to score those points.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Kawhi's got to be top 5, easy.
Easy. So the way he's playing.
Top three is still. It's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder to, but it's. I don't know. I like it. I like these come along. I mean, playoff P has to do it for more than 2 games for me, right? Like you gotta.
You know what? No, he's played good all series. The first 2 games he had 28 and 30, something like that.
That's true.
It was Kawhi who needed to step it up.
Step it up. But see now Kawhi's averaged 33 points.
Yeah. So like. Whatever it is, it's got to be led by Kawhi. PG has to show up, but I think the series is done. I'm telling you that. Done.
I don't think so.
2 more games. That's it. Why does why do the Lakers have fans in the stands, but the Clippers have nobody?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the Clippers only had cardboard cutouts, unless they had some on the upper deck. But
see, that's the thing. They probably did. Probably pushed them to the upper deck.
Maybe.
And because a lot of times you'll see that main section will be blank.
Yeah.
But everywhere else will have fans.
The Lakers, though, it looked like they had like 10,000 or something in there. So
maybe. I don't know. It's weird. Tonight you got Celtics getting done.
Yep.
Nuggets, Blazers. Who are you picking?
Blazers. Take the next step.
Oh, and Lakers, Suns.
I'm going Phoenix without AD playing tonight. Phoenix.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing I don't like.
What?
All right. This is what I don't like. You got a game at 6:30 Central, a game at 8, and a game at 9. Like, can we not just start the 6:30 game at like 5:30?
Spread it out.
Right?
Yeah.
5:30, then like it makes sense.
2-hour slots, whatever it is.
Yeah, 5:30 to 7:30, 7:30 to 9:30.
Games are about
9:30 to 11:30.
So
whatever. Yeah, like
the late
you can miss the first. Yeah, but
true.
the people on the West Coast, what do they care?
That's true.
Right?
True.
Anyways, I think that's it. I think we're done.
Coach, I'll end like this. I'll end off with some of the cool stuff that we're doing around in downtown Toronto. We are one of the things CITC is doing is we're bringing a bunch of different clothing, food, some Bibles, some other books, some toiletries, feminine products, all to this new shelter that's been set up here in downtown Toronto. And it's been really cool to see the generosity of different people giving towards it, from monetary gifts to finding stuff in their closets. Mostly stuff is all new, and just being able to help out in our community is such a great thing. I also was encouraging everyone to, do the same, because times, even you can see it in the fans in the stands, like in the NBA. A lot of people are doing bonehead moves because they've been pent up and locked away for so long. There's just this there's no excuse for sure. But the more we can do to help spread some good and care and help others, the more we should. So that's my encouragement to anyone tuning in today. Go share some of the wealth with someone. With that being said, we will be back again soon. I'm having fun doing some podcasts. We'll be back again. Hopefully Sports Rev Drew will be back as well. And we will see you again, world. Peace.
Peace.
Check out our socials.